Also willkommen meine Freunde, wieder zurück zu Starfield. Und jetzt reden wir mit der Vizeministerin Elisabeth. Genau.
That must make you my Vanguard captain. Welcome to Interstellar Affairs. I'm Deputy Chief Diplomat McIntyre, Chief Yassine's second in command. I heard you were instrumental in protecting the city from the attack. You have my gratitude. I was also informed that you gave quite the presentation to the cabinet. Chief Yassine wants you to know the Interstellar Affairs Office is fully committed to this endeavor, accessing the Terramorph data and beyond. We're going to do everything in our power to make sure you have the tools you need. And that means first getting you into the archives. You do know what the archives are, correct?
Yeah.
Someone paid attention in current events. So, then you also know that it was originally managed by the 3 major galactic players.
Yeah.
Access to the archives is only granted in cases of dire emergency, and requires a one-time use code from each of the 3 armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun.
Now, the UC is already on board, so that means we'll need to convince 2 people. The ambassadors of the Freestar Collective and House Varun to hand over their codes.
Oh,
Get them
das geht schon.
both and you'll have your data. But that's a lot easier said than done.
Ja.
No. Each is a strip of several million random numbers generated on the fly based on biometric keys kept by each of the ambassadors on their person at all times.
Oh Gott.
They're impossible to create without those keys, and those keys stay with the ambassadors, meaning we're accessing nothing if we can't get them on our side.
Very funny. This is going to be hard enough already. Both ambassadors have reasons they won't, or can't, work with us. Now,
Okay.
I'll provide guidance on how we believe you can acquire each code, but ultimately, it'll be up to you to get them both to cooperate.
And I do mean cooperate. Threats and violence are off the table here. Though that doesn't mean
Na
we can't get
gut.
creative.
But it does mean we need to get you up to speed on who you're dealing with. Who do you want to start with? Ambassador Radcliffe of Freestar, or Ambassador Balmore of House Varun?
Nimm mal.
Ambassador Balmore's a challenge.
Ah, danke.
When the
Super.
rest of House Varun retreated into seclusion shortly after the signing of the armistice, Balmore stayed here.
He's since lent his support to a small number of archival requests, so there's real hope he might again. Though claiming to know how a member of House Varun thinks is a quick way to earn yourself a psych eval.
Okay.
Well, these days, they're primarily considered a security threat. House Varun Zealots, a fundamentalist outshoot of the group that stayed behind when the rest retreated into seclusion, want nothing more than to send everyone not dedicated to their cause to the great serpent in the sky. But that hasn't always been the case. After they ended the Serpent's Crusade about 70 years back, House Varun did take a real run at trying to normalize relations with the rest of the galaxy. It's why they have an embassy here in the first place, why they were included in the armistice negotiations. But then, without warning, they left, leaving behind, to our knowledge, just the ambassador and his duty under the armistice.
Oh Gott.
I wouldn't be so sure of that.
Of course, but there is
Super, Sammy. Danke.
another wrinkle. We're not 100% sure Balmore's actually still alive. His
Ja, echt
public
jetzt?
appearances were always rare, but it's been several years now since he last poked his head out. Scans of the facility show life signs, but not the kind we were expecting.
Gott.
Your task is to find him and kindly but firmly remind him of his duties under the armistice.
Ja, genau.
Then you search the embassy for his biometric key, collect your code piece, and we'll go about notifying his next of kin, if we can ever find them. But let's hope it doesn't come to that.
The embassy is still legally House Varun's sovereign territory, so we're not technically permitted inside.
Ich darf rein,
We've
oder?
snuck in the occasional spy, of course, but the ambassador has proven more evasive than you'd expect for a man of his age. But we're quite sure he hasn't left the city. The man stands out.
Okay.
The Varun delegation brought more than a few of their native flora with them when they set up in the embassy. It seems those plants have been allowed to flourish, making it hard for us to verify what's flora and what's ambassador. I have no doubt.
Now, the embassy front door isn't an option, but our spies have stated there's a side entrance that should allow you access. Here, this device should get you all the way down to the embassy interior. Once you're inside, though, finding the ambassador is going to be up to you. And fair warning, we received a report that alarms might have been tripped inside the embassy during the attacks. Watch out for automated security in there.
Oh, danke.
Well, we're not 100%. You'll want to be careful inside the embassy, though.
Okay. Gehen wir vom
The
Radcliffe.
good Ambassador Ratcliffe. She's a veteran of the Colony War, and her only
Sehr
goal in
schön.
life is to make ours miserable.
Well then, hope she's doing a good job.
Now, officially, our office is suggesting you try and negotiate with her.
Use your experiences as a member of the military and with the threat we're facing to convince her to lend her support.
Who
Okay.
knows? Maybe that'll work. Stranger things have happened. But my suspicion is we're going to have to rely on other tools
Folter?
to get her code.
Okay.
Huh. Well, if that's the case, I'll wait to be pleasantly surprised. But we do have one item up our sleeve. UC Intelligence has a recording device planted in the ambassador's living quarters, which we suspect you can use to your advantage.
But getting caught trespassing is a quick way to land yourself in an embassy holding cell.
Oh Gott.
So, if you are going to try and access the device, you're going to need to find a way in there without being seen.
Now, we recovered some intel we believe should be able to help with that. But there's also a disgruntled staff member you might be able to pump for information. Maybe even convince to work with you.
Okay.
Name's Cameron Long. He's younger than Ratcliffe, bears less of a grudge towards the UC. He works closely with the ambassador, making him a promising source for information on the ins and outs of embassy life, and someone who very likely hates her guts.
Yes,
to wissen.
many. Don't steal anything. Don't get caught anywhere you're not supposed to. Absolutely do not harm anyone. If something goes wrong, we'll do our best to smooth things over, but I can't make any promises.
Oh, danke.
All right. Here, your diplomatic ID. I'll give them a heads up you're on your way. Not likely to let you through the door otherwise.
And take these. Chief Yassine wanted you to have some options on how to proceed in there.
Now, if you have additional questions or require clearance for a new approach we haven't already discussed, don't hesitate to ask. I'd suggest you start with Ambassador Ratcliffe. Approach her while the attack is still fresh in her and her staff's mind. Be smart out there, Captain.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Also,
Official line
Also?
is that you're to negotiate with her. Use your charm. My
Okay.
suggestion is to... She's also got a...
das war's.
Good luck then, Captain.
Dankeschön. Let's go, Sammy. Unser Charme spielen lassen. Wir lassen uns einen Samen spielen, Leute.
By the way, Captain, Sergeant Yumi was looking for you. Sounds like he's got more work.
Hä? Wo ist? Was heißt das? Machen wir jetzt. So. Ah. Ah, jetzt bin ich schon unten, bin, gell? Ah!
You know what they say.
Wo? Ah! Schaut das mal an, das ist die Botschafter. Hi.
They have mixers for expats at the embassy every now and then.
Ah, die wartet schon.
Visitors are only allowed in the lobby of...
Always good to get back to Freestar soil, even if it is surrounded.
Okay, wir brauchen erstmal Hilfsmittel. Und irgendwo da unten, gell? Na. Bin ich vorbeigegangen, gell? Let's go.
Still can't protect their own spaceport. The UC never fails to disappoint. I just wish I hadn't received the news from an SSNN book. Broadcast. We have a strategic advantage to maintain, Mr. Long.
Of course, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Sounds like it was a real mess down in the space.
Hey.
That woman is an absolute... Oh, sorry. Oh, what? You're the Vanguard captain, right?
Ja?
You know, I was about to board the Nat to the spaceport when the alarm triggered. Sounds like I got real lucky.
Ja.
And like I've got you to thank for things not being a lot uglier.
No.
Well, then you have my earnest thanks. But look, they said you were coming here on official business.
Ja.
The ambassador likes to handle all that personally, even if she does have trained diplomats here to help her. And I don't want to get shipped back to Aquila City, so you should probably go speak to her.
Okay.
You want to work with me? Why don't we talk somewhere a bit more private?
Okay. Dein Raum, ha? Schick.
So you want me to work with you? But why now? Why me? No, I think that's a pretty safe assumption. And no other city should have to go through what happened here. So then, what would you need from me? The code machine. Only the ambassador's cleared for in there. Sorry. Okay, first you need her bio key, and that thing doesn't leave her side. Better chance of splitting the atom with a spoon than me getting that from her.
Okay.
Her quarters. Oh, that's doable.
Okay, boss.
And you and the UC will be providing me with what for my services? Oh, wait. I thought you were looking to hire me. Oh, I'm not taking a bribe.
Oh, true.
Really? Okay, you've got yourself a deal. Okay, so there's a utility corridor that leads into the ambassador's quarters, which you can access through the main conference room. Here, the key. Whatever you do, don't let the guards see you entering or exiting the utility section, or you're gonna be in serious hot water. I'll keep an ear out for more instructions from the UC.
Sammy,
Won't lie. I could use a break.
warte hier kurz. Wir tun kurz speichern. So schöne Notizbücher. Sehr interessant.
Agent detected. Patching in playback.
Son of a bitch! Cameron! Are you alright, Ambassador? It seems the Council of Governors has rejected my appeal to join. Again, which means you and I are stuck in this colonial rat cage until we die. But I think we might need to. We should expedite the process.
What are you getting at, ma'am?
I mean, my requests keep being rejected because they don't want to add a seat, right? But what if? What if one
Whoa.
opened up? So mine's his heart. In what it used to be. It's not like anyone would miss him. Eva, I think it's time to get some sleep. Just think about it. Maybe we can reach out to some experts at that sort of thing, huh?
Good night, Eva.
Agent detected. Patching in playback.
Son of a bitch! Cameron! Are you alright, Ambassador? It seems the Council of Governors has rejected my appeal to join. Again, which means you and I are stuck in this colonial rat cage. But I think we might need to. We should expedite the process.
Canada.
What are you getting at, ma'am?
I mean, my requests keep being rejected because they don't want to add a seat, right? But what if one opened up? So mine's his heart. In what it used to be. It's
Guests
not
can
like
make
anyone
themselves
would
comfortable
miss
in the
him.
lobby.
Eva, I think it's time to get some sleep. Just think about it. Maybe we can reach out to some experts at that sort of thing, huh?
Good night, Eva.
Alter, sie ist schon eine miese Ratte, gell?
I'll keep an ear out for my next set of assignments.
Let's get that artifact back in action.
Ja, let's go.
I'm sorry. Do you have an appointment? What are you? Ah, you're the one McIntyre called about. The eyewitness. she said you were at the spaceport.
Ja.
You have my thanks for what you did down there, truly. Saved many lives. Now, she also mentioned that, and maybe it was just a bad connection, that now the UC wants terramorph data from the Armistice archives, some of the most highly guarded information in the galaxy, in order to protect us all. I can only presume you're here to tell me I misheard her and that they didn't send you, local hero, to futilely beg on their behalf. Tell me I've got that right.
Okay.
Ambassador, I can't emphasize how important this is.
And who might you... Oh, I recognize that face. You're a Co, aren't you? Didn't you run away to help that little explorers club?
Oh, God.
Really? An explorers club. Ma'am, I've signed up to help my friend here, who's looking to stop a whole heap of needless pain and suffering. Imagine if this happened in Aquila City, or Neon. The results would be bad, or, let's be honest here, far, far worse. We owe it to our people to do something.
It's a disturbing thought, Mr. Co. And while it is my job to protect the people of the Collective, the way to do that, I believe, is clear. Let me be frank, Captain. The answer is no. That information is there because it is dangerous.
Schau mich halt
I
an,
will
wenn wir
not be the
reden.
one
Alter.
responsible for its release. Now, why don't you quit wasting my time and yours, and go?
Okay.
You're really gonna push this? All right, I will give you one chance.
Okay, let's go.
I'm listening.
Okay.
The UC doesn't get to tell
Okay.
less than a generation. You know that for sure.
Oh,
That
okay.
is interesting. Are you suggesting
okay.
we can't... Captain, I'm sorry, but
Optional ist die Slate. Was für eine Slate? Was für ist die Freestyle Botschaft Security Slate? Okay. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, da. Nur für Mitarbeiter der Botschaft. Absolut gut. Die Zuweisung war nicht verschlossen schon wieder. Das darf nicht stehen, die Liste nicht verschlossen. Okay. Ah, okay. Das haben wir. Komm.
did I not make myself...
Ja, ja.
A little on edge after the attack.
No, Captain, I'm not, and I'll tell you why. What you experienced down there at the spaceport, I've lived that once before already. Fought tooth and nail as aliens rampaged in the streets of my home and others all throughout the Collective.
Boah.
But my
Blick
aliens were
voller
placed there by
Botox.
UC hands. So I'm not interested in anyone getting power like that ever again. The UC most of all. You have my answer. Now please take the hint.
Okay.
Excuse me? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Mach auf die Seite.
No, no. If the council found out, I'd lose my position. I'd be exiled.
Ja.
Look, I believe we may have gotten off on the wrong foot. The issue at hand is one of trust, no? So
Yeah.
perhaps if I can trust you to keep this little secret between us, then maybe we can find a way to trust the UC with access to the archives. But where are my manners? Here, my pistol. Laredo. Custom made. Now, with my error rectified, I presume we have a deal? You're joking, right? Okay. But please, pretty please, don't tell my superiors I was thinking about double-crossing them. It was just talk, nothing more. And I know you, my dear, dear friend, wouldn't let anything like that get in the way of the two of us, and our factions, working together. In fact, I think there's an opportunity here. Keep both our factions happy and ensure an air of legitimacy to the whole proceeding. I can only let you get the information on the terramorphs. Anything else and people will get suspicious. And all research will need to be monitored. Freestar scientific observers making sure everything's being used for the right purposes. But those 2 items should be enough to allay any suspicions. You won't... You just need some time to consider. I can tell. Let's just go get you your code while you decide what a reasonable idea this is.
It's good to be back at the embassy.
Ja, wo ist der Code jetzt? Sammy? Leute. Ich hätte ihn einfach stellen können.
They tell me it should only take a moment. And there. Here you go. I hope that'll be enough to maintain your discretion.
Okay.
I appreciate you being flexible.
Let's go. Jetzt holen wir den anderen Code, Leute. Hallo.
Even just the sound of his voice is...
Wo bist du? Haus warum? Ah. Hallo? Was ist das? Das ist nicht normal. Da ist keiner mehr.
I mean, is it supposed to look like this? With Varun, you just never know.
Oh Gott, was ist da passiert, Leute? Freund, Feind.
What the hell happened here? It just gets weirder and weirder.
Hoppala.
I thought today was gonna be dull. Everyone put the scoreboard back on.
Boah, Alter. Mannequin-Puppe. Okay. Also sie sind schon. Was?
Guns are overrated.
Kommt her.
I'm making this.
Mach dieses fertig.
It's not me now.
Okay. Passt und dann nochmal. Was ist da unten? Einfach mal. Warte mal. Sammy?
Well, let's get that artifact to the lodge. So long.
Okay, ist nicht stecken geblieben. Echt jetzt? Okay. Dann mal hier eins. Perfekt. Zum Glück habe ich so viele Dietrich hier auf einmal mit. So. Nein. Ja. So. Ah, ich laufe. Nein, echt jetzt. Hm. Sammy?
I know it's home and everything. I wouldn't say no to a gift.
Mein Inventar, gell? Nein. Ja, okay, dann schmeiß ich weg. Dann schmeiß ich halt irgendwas weg. Was von mir aus? Wir schmeißen... Ah, das klingt cool. Ablehnen. Ja, ganze Tiere. Ich finde das nicht so cool. Ja. Ah, ich habe ja die eine Waffe. Bin ich blind? Genau, als erstes, Alter. Ist echt gut.
Now we're talking.
So, what seems punishment becomes providence. A reminder we can never truly know the Great Serpent's designs for us. You have my thanks, and my apologies for the ordeal you just endured. Come, let us discuss.
Okay. Also, geh mal rein. Hast du da ganze... So.
Not the ideal introduction, I suppose, giving you a grand tour of the embassy via barely functioning intercoms. I do greatly appreciate your persistence. I suspect the Venom tree upstairs has worked itself into more systems than I'd realized. But then again, Who could cage such a beauty?
Der Name.
Tell me
Giftbaum.
though,
Echt jetzt?
what is it like outside? I heard the broadcast mentioning an attack. Then the embassy was struck with a power surge and then... silence. Has the rest of the city suffered quite so badly? Harmless spores, you have my word, but hard to navigate. Hence why I was guiding you through the intercoms to restore the environmental controls. And release me. It is the sap of the tree that gives it its... well, perhaps not a topic for this exact moment. But I must know of the rest of the city. Does it still stand? I take it you didn't have such an experience where you were then, hmm? Yes, the entire embassy was thrown into lockdown, trapping me in my quarters, disabling the venom tree's filters, and arming the defenses. A disconcerting experience, to say the least. Was the rest of the city spared? Is that right, huh? I shall need to have these repairs seen to sooner rather than later.
Oops.
Now, it cannot solely be the Serpent's grace that brought you here at such an opportune moment. You were sent by the UC. That much is obvious. Who else could just waltz through my door, hmm? And the broadcast spoke of terror morphs at the spaceport. A worrying occurrence, certainly, but coming here of all places, when all I could provide is some enthused cheerleading and... an archive code.
Ja.
So the UC requires information then. On terror morphs.
Das ist ein richtig schlaues
Do I see
Kerlchen.
this all clearly? The preservation of life stands as the very purpose of the archives. Using its data to prevent more attacks, there is logic there.
Ja.
But if I am to grant you access,
Ich
I have
hab
a
dir gerade
requirement.
das Leben gerettet.
For years, House Varun has been known only as an agent of slaughter. We founded this embassy with hopes of shedding that legacy. With little success. In exchange for my code, I require this. You must be the one who ensures it is used for good. Ensure House Varun's legacy is more than just carnage.
Passt,
The
einverstanden.
knowledge you ask for isn't evil. No knowledge is. It is we who bend it to evil ends. Oh, you must assure me this will be used to save lives, not endanger them.
Ja.
A fine counterexample, responsible for the deaths of millions on ancient Earth. And, fireworks?
Ah, ja, schau.
Absolutely capable of being put to violence, but not evil in itself. And here you are with a similar conundrum. I might be willing to support you if I knew I would not be tarnishing the legacy of House Varun by doing so.
Okay.
That's the only way it'll work, since trust between all of you kind of in short supply.
Well, then I shall not fear. Please, follow me.
Sammy. Sammy. Meine Güte, Sammy. Beifuß. Braves Kerlchen.
Let's hope it still works.
Wow. So, ihr könnt gerne Pause drücken. Wer lesen möchte, natürlich. Da noch. So.
There. Let it be used for good.
Okay.
The great serpent guide your path.
Ja.
The affairs of House Varun are our own. They left. That is all there is to be said on the subject.
Ah, Mist.
House Varun committed itself to the armistice. This was said at the time to be the desire of the Great Serpent, and I do not believe the Serpent decides such things on a whim.
Okay.
So, when my brethren left, I remained, honoring the Serpent's will as I saw fit, as is the right of all his followers. It was tolerable, even pleasant, when my brethren were here in the embassy with me. We remade this place as best we could into a home we all would recognize. Our native flora, our iconography, our connection to the Serpent, they came with us. With my brethren gone, it has been trying. But the Great Serpent has always provided me a path in my darkest moments.
Okay.
The Great Serpent is so much more than a god.
Gut zu
It
wissen.
is
Aber
fate
schade, dass wir
itself.
nicht wissen, wo die anderen sind.
When our founder, Jinan Varun, left the United Colonies 140 years ago for distant stars, it was the Serpent that compelled him to found his now great house. The Serpent made us who we are today. Its voice speaks to us, shepherding us through the dark, and infuses our lives with the meaning the universe so often fails to provide.
Ja. Okay. Wir werden es nie erfahren. Ah, okay. Dann gehen wir mal. Wieder raus. Ah, jetzt muss ich den ganzen Weg wieder finden. Ja. Verwirrend. Oh, Gott sei Dank. Wir haben es geschafft. Wir haben es geschafft. Nice. So. Und hierbei werden wir unsere Folge beenden, meine Freunde. In der nächsten Folge werden wir dann sehen, was wir jetzt alles herausfinden über die Terrormorphs und was unser nächster Plan sein wird. Also bleibt dran und wir sehen uns. Bis dann. Tschüssi.